All right. So we're here again Monday morning, December 12th, looking at the market. We know that last week, Thursday and Friday, were absolutely insane. This morning, we got a couple of movers up. Good morning, Donnell. Um, Out here on the scans, we got HTGM. Add that over here. APVO. What is HARP? We'll take a look at HARP just to see the news. Other than that, we have I don't see much else. NUWE is up. That must have been that had to be a reverse split of some type. Yeah. NUWE had a reverse split 1 for 100, so not worried about that. I think we got everything else to watch, so I'm gonna go down through this news. HTGM. It has news. Switch over here. Let's see, U.S. futures. It doesn't really have any news on it though. Let's see, shares rose 38.9% to 74% in pre-market, trading after jumping 118% on Friday. Okay, that one doesn't really have news. It is out of my parameters as well. Good morning. Good morning, Daniel B. We're doing good, man. Just trying to avoid this December massacre that's been happening. But yeah, HTGM doesn't have really strong news, and also it's out of my parameters anyway. A little bit too cheap for me. Of course, Friday we saw something that was cheap, which was AM took a thousand percent rip, which was absolutely trash. All it was doing was just blowing people's accounts with no reasoning. Just it was a major short squeeze. Let me see what else we got. APVO, what's your news? AP, let's see. Therapeutics up 106% pre-market after report Sunday that the company announced 100% clinical. Whoa, where did it go? 100% clinical benefit rate achieved in phase 1B trial. See, that's not even close to the final phases though. That's phase 1, 3. So yeah, definitely I'll be looking for some of these to come on down a little bit, especially based on their news. They're up just because AMA was a biopharmaceutical and it had breast cancer news. So they're kind of like moving on sentiment. So I do expect them to crash out. So definitely, if you're gonna trade them, be quick, be efficient, and manage that risk. But HTGM has 28 million shares in the volume. I still think that one's absolutely trash. APVO, I think that one's trash too. This is a lot of sentimental moves. I mean, of course you're gonna have some 100% movers after you have 1,000% mover on Friday, right? It's just FOMO. People like, man, it may push to the moon too. Okay. We don't want to have diamond hands. Let's see. But yeah, that's pretty much what's up on the day, and I'm pretty sure we'll be able to identify some great levels to short. So if you're a short and you're watching the stream, hey, get ready, because I'm thinking that short squeeze that did happen on Friday, I just don't see that happening on this one. Every time something has breast cancer news or something like that, it does go a little wild, and there's always a little follow-up sentiment. But either these stocks are going to be really choppy, or they're going to fail big. So yeah, I would say be careful. Anyway, any kind of trading is risky. These little penny stocks and things like that, we are trading in the trash can. Be fully aware of that. That's why I'm bearish pretty much on every one of these stocks. I'm really not playing them with the expectation of them breaking out. I'm playing them for bounces, because you can get a pretty good amount of shares off a low bounce. So I'm playing it for the not so much the expectation of breakout, but the expectation for a range to be retested. Anyway, we will see. Let's go ahead and start looking at the daily charts and everything for HTG. We can see it had levels up there. Looks like it was up there at 14 at one time. It may have done some reverse splitting to get down here to 64 cents. But now it's up to $1.50. Where would that... But I don't really even care about this one. It's out of my parameters anyway. It's going to have to get up. Now this one, APVO, let's see what it's at. 4, 6. Yeah, it's jumped all the way up there to this level. Yep, but anyway, these aren't things that I'm looking to trade. These are just things that I think will be for good for shorts today. You know, after getting their accounts massacred on Friday, they're probably the fear factor is probably going to keep a lot of shorts out of it. But for the ones that are going to take the risk, I think it's gonna it may end up paying off. But we will see. I won't be in it. All about that account preservation, baby. Good morning, Ben. Daniel B. Yeah, Daniel B. That's what. Yeah, I don't. I just think December is gonna be one of those months anyway. You know, less people really on the charts and everything. It's gonna be spicy anyway. And I think it's a lot of algorithmic and FOMO trading going on. So no real good news has dropped. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what all news drops. Today. Not really rush into anything. Monday is the start of the race, and we will see. I am currently still green on the month. Haven't taken but 2 trades this month. And just protecting profits basically. If I see a okay setup, I'm interested, but on these, I don't even see the okay criteria for a setup. It's like, nah, we'll see how APVO performs. But that phase, what is it? Phase 1B trial, that's not that. I mean, it may have range, but I don't want to risk on something that could actually dump on a 1B trial, phase 1 trial. That's just not something that incentivizes me or excites me to get into it. Yep. But like I said, we shall see them fall. Let's jump back over here. Street Smart Edge. What's up, Drifter? AM did come down quite a bit after that big run up the other day. And if you look at it overall, once it did get above what, $1, it moved maybe like $2, but it was just a grinding and then exploding. It was like I just watched it. It just grinded and exploded like 50 cents. Grinded. It was crazy. I know the shorts that were trapped. I know that some banks were closing positions for people. I know they had to be. They had to be covering for people with those explosions. PHVS was the one that was moving a couple of days ago. I'm gonna take that one off. Really don't care about that one no more. What I realized is taking a lower amount of trades. I really don't have to worry about watch sales too much trading the same stock because most of the time I'm trading a different stock, and usually, about a month passes before I come back to that stock. So at least I don't have to worry too much about wash sales. I'm not getting in and out and in and out. I'm usually doing just one entry on a trade. But today, I think I'm just going to analyze. AMA. I just want to see how that thing opens up. We got about 15 minutes to the bell, or a little bit over. Harp, again, another one, a little bit cheaper. I don't really want to mess with that, but I'll watch it fall. APOV. We'll see how far it can come down. But I think this one at least will move better than HTGM. HTGM, that news, it doesn't really have news on the day. So I'm thinking APVO will be the better mover with the better range. Just, it's a higher price, a little bit more value in it, but definitely going to be a risky either way it goes. But APVO will be the top watch on the day. APVO came up here to the 736, we'll call it 725-ish level as a top, making its little way down right now. But we'll see how it competes with HTGM. Can HTGM's volume start to dry up into the open? Let's also look at the SPY out here. SPY going a little flat. Came down. I guess that was just a little wick down. Aftermarket wick. Came back above the 392s. And we don't know which way it wants to go now. Let's jump out here to see some news on the day. Toyota car halts car sales and production for US. Okay. Let's see. Toyota is known for a lot of different things, mainly automobiles, but the company also makes sewing machines for little blah blah blah. Okay. While being a true leader automobile, Toyota has dealt with its own setbacks. Toyota launched a subsidiary car brand, Scion, in 2003 to try to capture a younger buyer's market. But in the end, Toyota decided that it will not need an entire separate brand to bring younger customers. And that was the end of Scion. Okay. Notable pulling the plug on CHR. Failure is just part of doing business. Knowing when to pull the plug is also part of doing business. Not to be replaced. Okay. That didn't tell me anything. Okay. Playtika to cut workforce by 15%. That was 10 minutes ago. Brent could quickly top 90. Carvana, yeah, Carvana's dead. It's like $4 now. Russia to hold rates at 7.5 this week as inflation slows. U.S. Congress creeps towards deadline to pass 1.5 trillion funding bill. U.S. futures rise with central bank moves in focus. Retail investors clash with pros over best stock trade before the Fed rate decision. When is the Fed rate decision coming up? When is that? December 14th. Oh, that's in 2 days. Okay. So ahead of this week's Federal Reserve meeting and in a year when many did not or didn't make the right calls, professional investors and do-it-yourselfers are sharply divided over the best way to position ahead of central bank's rate decision on December 14th. The top responses in the latest pulse survey found that 37% of retail investors believe owning U.S. stocks is the best trade ahead of the rate decision, while 40% of professional investors said it's better to short them. There's been a split between retail and institutional or professional traders for most of the year, and positioning by professionals has been much more bearish. Art Hogan, chief market strategist, said by phone, institutional investors are likely talking their book more than they're talking their intellectual honesty. If you look at net positioning, there's a lot of professionals that are still offsides. Okay. Retail might have it right. The professionals caution. No, who said that? Alec Young, chief investment strategist at MAP Signals, said while retail might have it right, the professionals' caution is warranted because some consumer price index, which is what Daniel B was talking about, the CPI data, will be released Tuesday, a day before the Federal Open Market Committee rate decision, and both have driven big market moves. Okay, there's a lot of concern that what happens at the end of the bear market. Young added, people are too cautious, but generally speaking, the market does very well in the 12 months after inflation peaks. As part of its efforts to tamp down relentless inflation, the Fed is projected to raise the rates by 50 basis points on December 14th. To a band of 4.25% to 4.5%. In that aftermath, 31% of 515 respondents agreed that the stocks will be the biggest beneficiaries. If the Fed's stance is slower, maybe longer, but slower, I think people can live with that, and that's why stocks would go up. Kim Forrest, founder of Chief Investments Officer, blah, 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 whatever. Okay. If y'all want to read this, I will drop it into the chat there. But yeah, they're talking about the Fed news coming through. Let's see if we can find any more interesting things that are actually coming here. China, Canada, Russia. Futures rise. EV sector needs more clarity on Biden's energy law. Okay, let's see what's happening in the energy sector. Battery arms race, cathode, anode, electrolyte, separator cell, lithium refining, cobalt sulfate refining, nickel sulfate refining. Okay, a key supplier to electric vehicle sector is urging Biden administration to clarify details of a law aimed at drawing more battery manufacturing investment to the U.S. It's still not clear whether certain sourcing scenarios, such as processing minerals in the U.S. from overseas mines or from operations controlled by foreign companies, will run foul of the Inflation Reduction Act. According to LG Chem Limited, one of the world's biggest chemical companies and a key producer of battery materials, the legislation signed into law in August aims to boost U.S. production of EVs and curtail China's dominance of the industry supply chains. Its requirements have drawn pushback from politicians and executives in countries including France, Argentina, and South Korea. Automakers will be required to secure battery materials from countries that have free trade agreements with the U.S. to be eligible for 7,500 per vehicle tax credits for consumers. Okay, so that's a little bit of interesting news. I dropped that link too. That's for EV vehicles. All right, so let's skip back over. So this is our watch list for today. This is what I got up here: HTGM, APVO, HARP, AMAM, SPY, and BXRX. Now I am very short biased on these two, following the rip that we had yesterday. But they may retrace, especially I think APVO is going to be a lot better moves than ATGM. Maybe less choppy. It can definitely create some bigger ranges, but HTGM right now has the eyes. It has 30 million shares traded on it coming into the open. It looks to be a lower float as well. So let me go and check HTGM. Oh, good morning, Lori. And Drifter called out GRIL. I'm going to look at that one in just a minute. This one has 9 million in the float on HTGM, and then APVO. Oops. Well, typed that in the wrong thing. Did I not type that right? HPVO. Oh, APVO. My bad. APVO. All right, that float is 5.03 million, so very low floats. But for me, I'll be going with the one with the most range. But you need to understand that if the range can be big to the upside, it can also be big to the downside. So definitely watch your back on both of those. And then let's go check out GRIL that Drifter called out. GRIL. GRIL came up to $1. What's the volume on this one? This one, I don't see it on. Well, it's under $1, so I'm probably not gonna see it on any of my scans. But yeah, this one. Let me see if it has any kind of news here. Muscle Maker Inc. new subsidiary post. First 30 days of operation. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be able to compete on today with these other two moving, especially for shorting. People are trying to make their profits back from getting their shoes taken last week. So we'll see. I'll pop it up there and we'll see how it competes on the day. But I mean, it's competing with something that's already got 31 million and something that's already got 10 million on the board. So we'll see. It may be a grinder. It's been grinding for a while on GRL, just going up here on this daily chart. Looks like it had a high of $5, came down to $3, came down to $2.24, and has just been going up. So I don't know. This one may need to dip some. Really, it's just been going. I don't know how to play those low price ones. They can do things. You never know. Anyway, HTGM just going kind of flat here. Had a top here of the 175 though. I'm thinking that's going to become a nice little position for shorts to start attacking, and then probably add some more if it does get up here to this 184 level. We will watch. We got 5 minutes to the bell, and I pretty much got everything that I kind of want to watch on the watch list. Good morning, Hog 55. No, 587. I don't know why that color's looking like that. Let me turn this brightness up. Okay, that's better. All right. So yeah, 4 minutes to the bell. We'll start off watching I don't know, man. I think APVO is gonna have. I don't know. Both of these are very interesting, very interesting stocks. To short, of course. But I'm pretty sure there will be some fear in these things doing any kind of breakout. So I'm thinking people will be willing to cover because of the fear from Thursday and Friday. Those massive breakouts we were having. Wow, what in the world just happened? Well, for some reason, Street Smart is just said nope. So I will open it back up real quick. Hmm. Let me get this back up here. Studio mode. Let's go there. Okay, cool. All right, we're back up. That's crazy. It just went off. Just went off. And now I gotta remake my. But I did see some problems last week. People were saying they couldn't. Oops. People were saying they couldn't get fields and stuff. So we'll see what happens. And that's another reason I like to let some of this stuff play out. I don't want to get stuck in anything can't get out. HTGM, APVO. And it did it right before the open too. That's crazy. 2 minutes before the open, it wants to do that. Let's see. What was the other one? Those are pretty much the ones. Let me scroll back up. GRIL, HTGM. Yeah, that's all of them. All right. So yeah, I don't know why I just did that, but we're about to open up here and see what kind of ranges. This thing is up 200%. So definitely both of these are on some watch list. And just waiting for them to fall. Gotta put my levels back in here. Resistance 7 right under the 750 and then up to the 775. I think I'm gonna watch APVO. I don't know, man. APVO is looking a lot better than the other one. All right, so the market's just open. Watching APVO. Has this bottom down here, what, 650s? Already going red. Let's see how far it goes. It's got the best range, though. HTGM up 10%. Will it start the halt game? All right, the halt game has started on HTGM. Didn't even break out, just halting. All right, so let's definitely keep that in mind. So will people reserve capital for HTG thinking that it'll do a breakout like AMAM? Is this a psychological play? I think it is. I think this is the time to sit on them hands and wait for this open of HTGM. The APVO going on down. This needs to pick up some momentum. We need retail traders to go over to HTGM. But they refuse. So 675 right now is bouncing right there, but that's not enough movement for me. It's got to go on, get under that 675 level and go on down. Let's see, 5 minutes for that halt. APVO pushing up there. Previous level right under the 750s. But this one had the phase 1B catalyst or whatever, so this thing can drop quite a bit. It may be an all-day fader, but I'm definitely bearish on it. There's a 650s going on down there. Okay, nice. Go ahead and crash out. So HTGM can crash out. These top movers looking quite questionable. GRIL has not moved much. Again, it's got a lot of competition. HTGM will be opening up. It halted at the 9:30:25, so 25 seconds after the open. You should be looking at a 35 resumption, 35.25. Jump over here to the scans real quick. Coupe, Tesla. Yeah, AM taking a little dive as well. That was the Friday killer. Down 30%. NIO, XPEV popping up there, going downward. So right now, those top movers over 10 million shares are still up there. So all three, well, not really this one. HZ, ENP, I don't think it's going to be able to keep up with these lower floats. But yeah, let's go ahead and remove this and focus up. AM, I'll go ahead and get rid of that. And these top two are the two, you know, you want to focus. Find stocks that you focus on to close down that list so you're not looking at as much. If something else pops up, I'll add it. But as of this point, just watching this one dip. Waiting for the open on HTGM here soon. But this is Monday morning, definitely a Monday morning move. Things selling off after gapping up. And at this point, I can actually put the levels on the 30-minute as well. You can see them clearly. We did get an open on HTGM. It did come up above this open 183 and continue to push there. Will it continue to halt? Right under the $2 level. Previous resistance level was the 175s here. And then the top side of that was the that's a weird number, 185, but we'll see if it gets pushed back under. but up 250%. APVO continuing down. Yep, there's the push down right there. Back below these levels, this war zone up here. So as this one starts to fail, I want to see APVO start to slow down and find some type of bottom. Now it did hit the $6, and we'll see how it holds up the $6. But yeah, that's I don't know if it's gonna get bought back up. That's the only problem with this one. They're both low float though, so they may not get bought all the way back up, but they probably will have some type of retracement today. I just don't know if I trust them on today to not sell off and fade for the whole day. But yeah, $6 definitely got hit, but it was a very quick hit, very quick little pop up, and I think the quicker the pop up, the quicker the fall. Sometimes pop up real quick, but when it's in that area for a little bit, if it gets to the 6 and just sits there and accumulates, the first time it's a little bit better, but this one just popped right out the 6, and I think it's going to go ahead and break down the 6. We are back into another halt on HGTM. Do we see anything else over here on the scans real quick? Jumping back over HTGM, yo, Tesla going on down. Tesla, they keep on saying it's tumbling. So we'll see what happens. It's very choppy though. I do know that on the charts. If you look at the daily chart, so let's say September, or no. Let's go back up to this year. So we had a choppy start to the year, and then March, April, May, very consistent on Tesla. April to the end of May, very consistent down movement, and then some chop in those summer months, and then a consistent move out from August to about September ish with a drop, but stayed in this range, so kind of chopped around here, then consistency into the end of the year. So definitely just pay attention to some of those daily chart patterns there on some of these stocks, where the consistency is and where it's not. Summer months and right now during holidays, it gets a little choppy for Tesla. And you have to just go and look at each ticker to see what is going on with them. APVO hovering over the 625s, still red on the day. Yep, get on under that 6. Break down that 6, baby. Where are those shorts to push it on down? Are they scared? The previous level that could be a bounce point is this 560 here. I wonder, can it touch that? It gapped up to this level, had a possible support around 530-ish, and then the indecision right here at the 5, or that should be a green. Indecision right here at the 5, right at the 550. So I wonder, can this become a little bounce spot for it? We'll see. Questionable. I'm not looking, and that's another thing. I'm not looking for this thing to return up to the highs. I'm just looking for a bounce. Small bounce. But this may be a day I just am like, you know what? I don't even feel like risking it. If we look over here on TOS on the hour chart, we can see the differences between the two. Came up here, had a lot of resistance from the 7 all the way up to the 820s in there. Just a lot of resistance, man. Has a bottom down here, 530s, up to 560s, but I just don't know if it's going to get bought out of that level. That's the only issue I have with it. That catalyst is not deserving of getting bought up. Even though it may get up, it's going to get slammed down. And I don't know when it's going to slam down, so I don't want to be in it and it slams. But it's challenging the $6 right now. HTGM is unhalted. It should start its powwow now. We'll see if the shorts want to make some money back here and get it back below $1. Oh yeah, HTGM coming on down. 42 million shares traded on HTGM, and I don't think that's a surprise because it's a cheaper stock. If it was a higher price stock, it would probably have less volume on it. So that's why I'm not like, oh, you know, a lot of people are trading this. No, it's just cheap. Anybody can trade it. That's the problem. Now with APVO though, you know, it's a little bit different. I do want to see a full breakdown of that that's $6 though. Nice big breakdown here. The highs up there are 733. All right, HTGM looking like it's got a hard hammer candle coming down. About to break down the 150s. Yep, getting on down there. As expected. APVO, let's get that crack down, baby. I really don't see any huge sizes on APVO either sitting out here. Other than at the 6, there's a 5,000 out there, but that may be spoofed. Starting a new candle there. So yeah, this is just not far enough away. Was this a 30-cent pop back up to the VWAP for more shorts to get on? I'm not interested. Needs to break down that 6. HTGM, very small range now, just hovering on that 150. So has about a 20, maybe a 20-cent potential, but yeah, that's just not what we're looking for. That range is going to get smaller and smaller throughout the day. So here's the touch to VWAP and then the failure. VWAP is up here at the 645s. Let's see if we can get the bounce back up there and then a nice fail here. This is another short entry. So the shorts that were scared of it, they're like, well, you know, I don't know. But now they have a nice backstop, and they can add to this, especially around VWAP going down. Nice resistance level up here. There we go. There's the drop. Continue to just explode down. So it's coming into these levels of the support now. Let's see if we can go ahead and break it. So this was the level of indecision from the beginning. 550, and it got down to a low of 564. Giving it time, got to close up this first hour. And if it could just play in this area, it may give some resurgence, but it may be an all-day fader. If it is, you can definitely manage that risk. But you don't want to buy a falling knife. You don't want to buy the first test of this indecision, because this thing still has a while to go. It has over 45 minutes to go on this hour candle. HTGM into another halt going down. Lori called out HARP, HARP, and what was the other one? TNXP. TNXP. Ugh. Are you already in this one? Are you trying to scalp this one? That's scary. Let's see, HARP. Yeah, these wouldn't be on my scans. They're under $2. But I do see them on the volume. Well, they're on my volume scanner. Only 6 million shares traded. Can they compete though is the question. I think this one's gonna give the best range on the day. APVO coming all the way down here, and if we look on TOS, look where it's entering into. This is previous support here. Of the 530s at the bottom. If it breaks 530s, I don't know. That's crazy. It may just be fading all day, but we'll see where this hour closes. Still got plenty of time on the hour to do some consolidation around these levels, but I mean it's right back to support here. And from here, back up to VWAP. VWAP is at the 631. So that will be how much of a gain? 560. Let's see, 560. I mean, that's a nice little maybe 30 cents with the range that it has right now. So, you know, it's one of those things you just kind of calculate and manage that risk here. But yeah, still got time coming down. Lori says she's not in. Stunks and Chumps, what's up? We're back at it again, watching another halter. Now, the last time on Friday, we saw something halt up, but this one is now halting down with very little incentive to get bought up. APVO bouncing off of this 550 level. I would say it's obvious, but it's not really obvious yet. It needs more time to kind of stay around here a little bit. Will 575 become a resistance? Anyway, so this is pretty much the ones, or not this one, but we'll see where AHRP wants to go. Let me just look at the news here. Company announced it presented an updated interim results at ASH 2022 for novel T cell engager. Okay, so they just did a presentation. Yeah, so those definitely not interested in. Definitely more interested. Wait, I deleted the wrong one. Definitely want to see HTGM come on down, focusing on where those eyes are. Looking for the 550 breakdown. I do have a meeting coming up here at 9 o'clock. If you guys are gonna trade, please keep your head on a swivel. But I do need to get to this meeting. I'll continue watching APVO. This is pretty much the only support level that I saw on it that is coming into right now. And I don't know if it will get bought back up. I would be very, very careful on it and let at least the first hour close up and show that it can kind of consolidate. But as of now, continues to show weakness towards that indecision of the 562 there. Wonder, can they start getting below the 562 and pushing down? Don't really know, but yeah, definitely keep your head on the swivel. I got 7 minutes to this meeting, so I'm gonna start breaking it down. But yeah, that's my top watch on the day for a small little bounce up. But yeah, just very risky, man. Hanging around that 575. If it starts getting momentum away from that 575 into the 550s, may not go too well. Anyway, that is it for me today. I'll keep you guys updated if I do take any trades on this or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to just sit on my hands for now. And as always, trading is risky. If you press that buy button and you're trading with real money, it gets real quick, you know. This is the beginning of the week, so you don't have to rush anything. I mean, it's just Monday. There will be more opportunities, so definitely keep that in mind. What else? You can check out the Discord as well. Discord link. Let me drop that link in there. Invite. Never. Right. Copy. Discord link there. And that's where we kind of talk off stream about these different stocks and how they're moving and whatever is happening with them. Some of these do become choppers, you know, especially when they have weak catalysts like APVO. But it is a low float, so some people will trade it just because it's a low float. But I don't know. It just, the catalyst for me, it's coming into, if it had a good catalyst, I would definitely be in under this 6. But that catalyst for me is just throwing a little wrench in my my system. So anyway, I'm going to break it down. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.